We're live. Hey, everybody. Thanks for jumping on. I want to introduce you to Alex Paim, my good friend Alex Paim. Alex is sitting in a parking lot somewhere in the Orlando, Florida area, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm actually in the ESPN Worldwide Sports, which is part of Disney.
What?
So there's lots of fields. My son is practicing here, and it's one of those things, man. When you're committed to the family, you gotta be a part of it. So you gotta intertwine, work with, pleasure.
Yeah, yeah. I get it, man. So you're at Disney right now? Like Disney World?
Yes. Well, Disney World. So we got Magic Kingdom right across the street. So yeah, at 9 o'clock the fireworks are going to go off, and then there's, I believe, the Hollywood studios, and yeah, so it's all around here, man.
Yeah.
It's where I, hang out, man.
Yeah.
It's where things happen. Magic happens here. That's where the magic happens.
Like Ken Wall's calling you up saying, "Hey, dude, let's go live."
Yeah, absolutely. It's like all of a sudden, I had to find I almost had to get on top of my car to find the best signal. I started just driving around the parking lot, finding, okay, and people are probably looking. I wouldn't be surprised if the security guards are going to be like, "Hey, dude, what are you doing? Just driving around and occasionally stopping for best signal.
Yeah,
Go get some internet someplace else."
Oh, that's funny, dude. So hey, I want to take a moment and introduce you. Like you're a heck of a dude, man. I know you've got a lot of experience. I know Alex looks like he's like 22, but he's actually like 27, right?
Well, I hope, man. There's like 27 is that would be the right spot to be at.
Yeah,
I
right.
feel like I'm 20, 26, 27, but I'm actually 10 years older than that. Actually, 11 years older. So.
Right. Oh, you're 38? Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, you are old, man.
Hey, I fooled you, so that means something. I think my nutrition is working out for me.
It apparently is. Hey, we got David Wheeler, Robert Brooker, Jim Weaver, Rosina. What's going on? Thank you guys. And hey, if you find any value in this, share this out. I appreciate anybody that shares. It's really awesome. So I asked Alex, him and I have, we do a lot of business together, and Alex has been, hey, Jim Weaver, how you doing, bro? Alex has been in the digital marketing world for a very long time. He's built websites like me. He's built freaking sales funnels and email campaigns, and you've done it all, right?
Yeah, pretty much, man. I even have obviously we have an agency, so we do, we're full service, basically. We go from SEO experts to, social media management, which is the grunt. Nobody likes to do that stuff. To paid advertising on, Google AdWords, YouTube, Facebook, to email marketing campaigns. But, yeah, so I have an extensive knowledge in terms of all these different assets, but, I call myself the marketing strategist, because really what I really love to do is combine all these different skill sets and just basically analyze what people are doing to be able to generate them, the best ROI possible. So.
Right. So you've done it I know you have clients all over the world, just like I do. You've got some pretty big companies that you guys do work for, right? Uh-oh.
Yeah, what's that?
You froze up a little bit here, it looks like.
I can see you fine.
Can you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it froze up just for a second. So there, you're back.
Yeah, so on the agency side, we don't take small businesses. Like we focus on multi-million-dollar companies, and it's high level, like big stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Jack Branch, Heath Powell, what's up, bro? So, so Alex and I were talking earlier, and I used to do this show every night around 7 o'clock, but Alex has a couple of teenagers that he's running all over the place, and so, but we've talked about, I think we're going to start doing, if we can do it daily or every other day. Hey, Jack Branch, how you doing, bro? So we're going to start doing this funnel, not fun, like I used to do funnel building live where we would map out, but I think that from my perspective and probably yours, a sales funnel's not always, it's not always the answer to every business, right? And there's a lot of smaller to medium-sized companies that want to get information. They want to know how to do this or that when it comes to online marketing, especially. And I've done it for a long time. You've done it for a long time. We have some pretty good synergy. I know I'm a lot better looking than you, but that comes with age.
Absolutely. And one thing that I envy you is the color of your hair, because I have the gray showing up and you don't. So it's like you
man.
Crazy.
I've got a buddy out in Vegas that accuses me of coloring it. I said, dude, I don't, man. My mom still has she has a few grays here and there, but I'll be 50 years old in July, man, and I'm blessed.
Wow.
I know.
No, my daughter, she wants to color my hair like every day. She asks me, like, let's dye your hair. Like my wife doesn't, so
yeah.
See.
Dude, you're gonna look like Colonel Sanders by the time you're my age.
Yeah. God forbid, but yes. Oh, dang it. That is funny. But I was reading his story to my daughter the other night, as I was putting her, she was laying in bed and I sat down and I started talking about him. That's interesting. No, talking about sales funnel. Yeah, because of, we were talking about setting up goals and the role of failure, as an entrepreneur. A lot of people don't want to fail, but, you learn more from your failures than you do from your successes. And,
yep.
I mean, a guy like him that, you know the story, but,
yeah.
Where he really became successful was after 60 years old. So, there's hope for everybody.
There is, man. There's always hope. Always hope. It just takes the right level of action. But so tell me about, like your experience. Like, I know that a sales funnel is not the answer for every single business out there. I know it's not. And there's a guy out there that has a company that
here you go. Rhymes with what?
Sick tunnels. But so he's done a great job selling and marketing.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's done a great job at that. And so, I think a lot of people get caught up in all that hype and they want to go spend, $200 or $300 a month to get a program like that. Then they can't figure it out and they don't know if a sales funnel will work for them and how to do it and navigate the water. So I try to help people understand it and how it all works. But I'm curious because I know you don't deal with small businesses, like you turn them away as they come in. I get that. I try to help small businesses. So I'm like Robin Hood.
Let's take it. Take from the rich.
Yeah, no. But I do try to help small businesses that are on a limited budget. And I know that, again, your focus has been on the big companies and making them work. But what do you find? What are some of your thoughts on the sales funnel stuff?
So, there's a lot of talk about sales funnels, right? So these days, everybody talks about sales funnel as it is a process that you send people through different types of pages with, different phases.
Right.
And to be honest with you, it's no news that, it's nothing new, because sales funnel is just a process. It's a process that happens all over,
yep.
Online and offline.
Yep.
It's, for instance, if you go to, let's say Disney, right?
Yeah.
First off, they offer you something, cheap, or let's say they get you in the door for, like, I remember a few years, and I just remember this example, it's been like 10 years, where you could get a free pass to Disney, but you had to sit through these, presentations, right? Like the resorts and stuff, like the timeshare stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's just going to be just sit in this presentation. At the end, they give you this free stuff. So you're like, oh, that's cool. I get a free ticket. But you're paying really with your time, right? So after that, if you say no to them, they get pissed off at you, and I almost got into a fight with the guy. But it was like, well, but
dude,
anyway,
they're hardcore closers.
They are. They don't let you, man. They don't let you out.
I went through that down in one of the islands down in the Caribbean. I forget which one it was now. I almost bought it. Like this was years ago, but like they started at like $2,000 a month, and by the time I was walking away, they were like, "All right, $450 a month." What the hell? I've been here like 6 days. You guys are holding me hostage. They wouldn't give me my driver's license back. It was crazy, dude. I was ready to fight. It's stupid.
I did, man. I got so pissed. I finally just quiet. I was like, you're going to talk to a wall, man. Give me my stuff back.
Right.
And then they finally got mad and just let me go. But yeah, so that, you see that all over, the offline and online world, where you offer somebody something for free, right? So yeah, you come in for free, but then you're sitting, and then they start pitching you, and then the upsell, and you buy something, and then they throw something else at you. And so it's nothing new. It's just the new fad word. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's funnels.
Yeah.
And anytime you use something that people don't understand, then it puts you in a position of authority, right? So now you kind of, just call people dumb, and then you get a chance, you basically write your own check, because you start charging up the wall. But it's really a sales process where you cast your net wide, by, giving something of high value, but for either low ticket or free, ideally. And then as they come in, then you start just, adding more things. Okay, buy this, buy that. It's like going, to a car dealership. You go there for one thing, and they start adding all the extras and insurance stuff, and anywhere you go, right? So the upsells are there.
Yeah. And I've tried to explain that so many times, like, dude, it's like you could build a funnel in WordPress. It doesn't have to be, you could build a sales funnel on anything. GoDaddy's website builder tonight tool, you could build a funnel there. You can do it anywhere. It's just a website. Like, it's not, you don't understand. Like, I've tried to explain that to people, and people are like, no, but you don't understand. If I pay $300 a month, I can have a cool funnel. Like, no, dude, no, you're missing the point. No. It's,
that goes to say that they've done an amazing job, and some of these guys are amazing. And the person in particular that you're talking to, he's a genius, to be honest with when it comes to marketing, he's a genius.
I got his
but I'll tell you,
there. Back there.
Yeah. I'll tell you an example of a very, very, simple but effective sales funnel. And I don't have a problem in, mentioning him, because the guy is an icon.
Yeah.
But if you go to Jim Rohn website, it's just a very simple site. Like above the fold, he's very, very clear on his message.
Yeah.
And you opt in to, to get, I can't remember the title of it, but I opted in about a couple of weeks ago. And then he does something very, very, very smart, which is, he captured your email address by the opt-in.
Yeah.
And then he sends the videos through Messenger on Facebook. So now not only he has your email address where he follows up with you, but also he's sending you messages through, the message box, messenger box. And, so he's hitting you on these different, points, right? So in different platforms. It's genius, and it works. It's effective. And, every couple of days he sends me a video, and I watch, and then finally he's going to pitch me something. I think he already did through an email. I just haven't had a chance to open it. But
isn't he dead?
Yeah. See, he does something amazing, man. He even after that, after life, he's still
that
Teaching you stuff, you know.
that like, and I know people probably don't realize you're on Skype, and so you can't see all the comments. But Brenny Larson's on here. She said hi, Mr. Paim. Boom.
Yay.
So we've got oh wow, he's gonna hate me for this. Agbanya, I think. I think I said that right. He's saying hello. He said you're right on point. We've got a lot of great comments in here. So like, I mean, look, at the end of the day, man, it all does come down to the marketing. It comes down to the marketing, the message, and yes, there's design and functionality and all that, but it comes down to the marketing. What's your message? What's your lead magnet? You know, what kind of a draw do you have on the lead magnet? How are you getting it out there? And so I want to start doing some lives with you. And you were kind enough to say that you would be willing to, you know, throw up a whiteboard and sit there and draw some ideas out where we start bouncing, you know, get people to give us ideas on what they would like to see, maybe a sales funnel or marketing ideas that they need. Or he said, Ken, you messed with my name. I owe you one. I'm going to throw that up on the screen. So, you know, I think that people want to, they want to understand how to, and I also think, and this is another challenge, and I think that we can shine a light, on it is, you know, there's a lot of hype, right? And like, people think that all they have to do is build a sales funnel and they're instant millionaires, right? That's not
very easy. Yeah, it's just like that.
Just like that, just boom.
Yeah, snap the fingers.
Right.
I want to say this to you, Ken, and I don't know if you knew this or not because we didn't talk before the call. But I've got a course that you know, it's a very to the point, very straightforward, and I can make it available for free. I'll let you know how to get it accessible. But basically, it's a very, very effective way, and it's a formula because everything's a formula, right? So there's no secrets. There are formulas that you can use and in framework that you can base any sort of pitch and any sort of offer at, you know, but it's obviously you got to know how to do it and put it in a sequence. But on the course, I go into more in depth and detail about how to set everything up.
Yeah.
But I always start with, you know, I start from the back of the funnel, right? So with the end destination in mind, because, you know, obviously you need to know where you want to take people. If you want to just take a trip and I say, where do you want to go? And you don't know where, you know, it's just, yeah, very vague and you will never get there.
Right.
So you start with a product and you say, okay, I want to end with people buying this product.
Right.
And one formula that I teach, in the course, it's to find, because people, there's no secret about sales either. It's not like something you have to be born with. And I say that in the training that sales is nothing more than your ability to educate people to the point that the sell is a no-brainer.
Right.
So if you educate people, enough to where like once you present the product, they're like, I gotta have it.
Right.
Dude, you're not really selling, you're educating people. So people shouldn't be afraid of that.
Right.
And so in talking about sales process and the sales funnel idea is like, if you start with a product in mind, right? Mm-hmm. For instance, I'll give you an example, like the iPad. I remember when when the iPad first came out and I took my son to the Apple store, he was about 7 years old. He saw exactly. He saw the iPad for the first time. He started messing with it, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I've wanted this all my life." I've wanted this all my life. I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute." That was impactful to me because I was like, "That goes to show you what desire does, right?" So he just flat out lied to me, and he's like, "I've wanted this all my life." And if I would have,
you'll think it's been out for 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. You've never seen it before,
right.
But you see what got was education because it triggered desire. if I was to show him a piece of glass
Yeah.
with it turned off,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be interesting. He wouldn't know what to do with it. But then as soon as I got to the store, there's all sorts of games, apps, and everything. And then all of a sudden he's playing with it. He's getting to the how to. So like the why is like, I have to have it because I want to have fun, right? I want to be entertained. The how to is like, okay, I click here, it's boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And the, what's next, which is the formula, by the way, that I'm teaching.
Yeah.
Is, buy the product. So, if you start with the iPad, the formula is this. What do people need to know in order for them to desire my product?
Yeah.
Or to want to have my product? So if you answer that question,
right,
then you create the bridge, what we call the bridge page, right? So it's the pre-framing of you pitching the product. So once you educate people on, explain to them the why and the how,
right,
then when you pitch the product, they're like, okay, where do I sign, or how much is it? Now all of a sudden I'm paying $700 for an iPad that I didn't need, or $400 for something. Like, man, I've got iPads all over the place. I see you use yours quite a bit because yours got a pen. I've got two that are dated. They're a couple of years old, and I don't even use those. I mean, I've got it in my bag, and I don't have enough time to even pull it out and use them. It's just crazy.
Dude, let me show everybody something. iPhones. iPhones.
You are an iPhone dealer.
There's 3 iPhones not even being used.
Are we gonna give one away?
No. They're all under contract, I think. But I used to get all my employees' cell phones, and I would pay the monthly bill and all that. Well, that no more. So, but I think, and again, I wanted to bring you on. We've been on here about 20 minutes or so. I wanted to bring you on because you and I have had some, again, we do a lot of business together, and you and I have had a lot of very in-depth conversations. And I tried to make it a practice not to hang out with dumb people. And you're one of my favorite people, so that makes you quite opposite of dumb. By the way, what's up, Mike Chavez? Sandy McNichol is here. Rosina must think you're funny. She's laughing, or maybe she was laughing at all my stupid iPhones. Good Lord. But, I think that you're a brilliant marketer, dude, and you know your stuff.
Thanks,
and I freaking love that. I've threatened now for a couple of months I'm going to get on a plane and fly down to see you. So, Robert Brooker said I went and opted in at jimrohn.com. Thanks for mentioning it. That's awesome, dude. I'm going to as well. I love Jim Rohn.
No, it's great stuff, man. Like, and he sends out like a video series that's like three videos, and it's like 8 minutes long on how to set up goals.
Yeah. And
really good stuff. I definitely recommend. And obviously they're going to pitch you some sort of coaching program or something like that later, but there's a lot of value, and it's a good, effective, very simple way to get their message, or just it's a lead capture thing, right? So you're meeting with value to people. That's a good example.
Yeah. And I know that, like me, you've studied all of the books and all that stuff, and you've put into practice for yourself and for your clients. So, I guess this is kind of an informal way to announce it, but we're gonna put together a thing where Alex and I do a lot of live streams together and do some teaching and fielding of questions and all of that, right? You down with it?
Yeah, absolutely, man. One thing that I would be interested in knowing is like the people that are watching us. One is the level of their knowledge about online marketing,
right?
In what kind of field they're working with, right? So it's a good measuring stick for us to know what kind of content to bring, because a lot, you can talk about high level, but at the end, everything needs to be simple. If it's too complicated, and I'm telling you, it's just you have to make it as simple as possible, right?
I totally agree. The
KISS method, keep it simple. You a smart one.
I know, right?
It's simple, smart person.
But it's true, dude. It's true. So, I'll tell you what, why don't we hey, Cindy, how are you? So, why don't we maybe we'll put together a couple of posts and we'll put it out and I'll tag you or you tag me and we'll share it out and get are you still there? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you froze up there for a second. But we'll get some feedback on you and I'll talk. We'll put out a post to get some feedback on what people know and what they would like to know more of. I think that would be good,
Yeah. And even for those, for the people that are watching us, and I don't know, I probably froze let me see.
I still,
where am I?
I hear you.
Can you see me?
It was there. Now,
there you go.
You're back.
Yeah. The car thing just connected to it, so I had to unplug it. I think it would be cool to have people comment below this video, as well as if you're interested in getting access to this free course, I just say give us the free course, and then Ken is going to reach out to you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So your free course that you have.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Now, don't mistaken free for no value. Trust me, I should charge money for that, but it's really cool. I just finished it up actually, and I was gonna charge initially, a few $100s, and I was like, no, let me give it away to people. So I'll hook you up on that.
Dude, I've taken a lot of your training because you got a lot of it. And you're from Brazil originally. I don't know how long you've been in Orlando, but, people just don't realize how much of a badass you are. If they did, the stream would be filled right now with wanting the free course. So, your stuff, man. And I think you've kind of showed that, tonight. And I think that I'd like to, again, we're going to be doing more and more of this to get more and more people, more and more people's attention. So we've got a couple of people that have asked about it. And, I've built my entire business and online presence all around helping other people. And, I deal with I have celebrity clients that I deal with every single day on a variety of different levels. And I had a talk with one of them today, and he said to me, and I told you about this, and he said to me, like, dude, why don't you go back to doing your lives every night, teaching marketing and teaching the funnel skills and teaching this and teaching that, and then you were the very first person that popped into my mind. Like, I think it would be great if we could do some stuff together. Now, I know the evenings are going to be a little tougher on you. But I think you said you could make maybe one or two of those a week if possible. And it doesn't have to be a specific time. I don't think people are sitting around waiting at 7:00. Thank you, Cindy. She said you are the boom. And
I think, again, I want to say this, that I believe I met you through one of your lives. I think you were teaching something. Yeah. And I was watching it, and then, I obviously was just watching, and then afterwards I reached out to you.
Yeah.
So that's definitely, I think lives are the way to go. Yeah. And, you can help a lot of people that way. So
I agree.
You have to continue, man.
I agree. So let's do, anybody interested in Alex's free course, just drop it in there, down in the comments. Say, I want the course. It's free. Alex is going to get me the information. I'll send it to you via Facebook Messenger or something. But just drop it in the comments right now that you want the course. I've seen a couple of people. No, can't sit around waiting. It's hit or miss, right? Yeah, people don't sit around and wait. I think it's good if we say, hey, we're going to go. If I can announce it an hour or two ahead of time, say, hey, we're going to go live blah, blah, blah at 3 in the afternoon or something, whatever, just to kind of give people a heads up. But dude, you know your stuff. I really appreciate you jumping on here. I know it was kind of boom. It was like, I'm like, dude,
It's like, hey,
now.
sure, let me find a parking spot right here.
I didn't even know you were in the in the parking lot
Well,
at Disney.
look, I've got my office right here set up.
Oh my God, that's funny, dude. Holy crap.
That's funny.
Awesome. That's awesome. Well, listen, man, I appreciate you jumping on. Thank you to everybody who's hopped on here tonight. Alex, go find this after we hang up and share it out to your page if you want.
Absolutely.
And anybody that wants on his free course, just drop me a line or drop it in the comments here. So, Alex, thank you. I appreciate everything, brother. And we will see you guys very, very soon. We're going to get started. See you guys later. Peace.